Hello again. Well, what a disaster the no vote turned out to be in Greece. For once, the turkeys rebelled at the ballot box and voted no to Christmas. And what did they get? Thanksgiving Day. So, what of the referendum taking place here in our own miserable nation? The one taking place next year when Cameron fails to renegotiate membership terms with the EU. Obviously, as anarchists, we're not going to be trooping off to the polls to cast a yes vote. We're against the state, in particular our own state. So therefore, we'd be hardly likely to be enthusiastic about the idea of a European superstate, whatever its political complexion. But should we be tempted to support the no vote? Certainly not. No way. The left will, en masse, but really, they couldn't even tell you why. The likes of Boy Wonder, Owen Jones, are now proudly flaunting the Eurosceptic banner. The rest will follow. It looks like a cynical left out campaign. It's already in the process of formation. Whatever we feel about the EU, we should avoid this and anything resembling it like the plague. It's an unprincipled enterprise designed to lead the credulous up the garden path. Unprincipled because they know damn well that the overwhelming majority of the no votes will be coming from the supporters of the populist right, such as UKIP. This no vote will be one of nationalism, xenophobia, and a little Englander mentality. Nothing progressive there. One of the main bright ideas, as far as I can see, of this left out movement, and indeed it will be left out as the populist right will dominate, is to try to win back the millions of working class voters who defected to UKIP from Labour. Win them back, and to what precisely? A Labour Party and trade union movement that cannot even be compared to a toothless bulldog, a toothless chihuahua more like, a bunch of red Tories and union leaders dreaming of their MBEs and OBEs and seats in the House of Lords. Left out, or whatever they care to label themselves, will wish to, with some dodgy socialist rhetoric, preserve our national sovereignty. But in the age of the multinationals, porous trade borders, liquid money that's counted in the hundreds of trillions, what exactly is national sovereignty in a British UK context? Why, it's all the things that us anarchists loathe and detest and are working towards the destruction of here in the scab nation. Capitalism allied with feudalism, the monarchy, the aristocracy, the House of Lords, the House of Commons, the rich, the bankers and the super rich, and the class domination that is exercised over us. All the things that go, in fact, to make up our establishment. And the one party elected state working for the oligarchy over the next decade or even generation, because Labour are never going to get back in again. None of that for us, though, and what will be an increasing amount of people, in particularly those of us at the bottom 30% of the pile. We need to sow the seeds of rebellion and revolution, to be out in our neighbourhoods and streets, attacking the system at all levels, setting up and supporting our own syndicalist type unions that function as much, perhaps even more, than at the workplace, outside and in the wider community. Right now we need to be occupying empty property, challenging fascism and nationalism on the streets, and waging a total class war, as indeed it is being waged against us right now. We have no interest in catering to the brainwashed reactionary sections of our class. We have no fear in confronting them on the streets or wherever, whether it's the shape of the EDL or mercenaries who protect the rich and privileged. Whatever next will the left be thinking up, along with the unions, as this country drifts further to the right? A left-wing Labour Party trade union alliance against immigration? They're part way there already if you listen to their rhetoric, particularly people in the Labour Party. To hell with left out. the People's Assembly and the Radical Left Assembly. It's all a one-way ticket to Nowheresville, with their reactionary crap masquerading as something different, while they just want the system to be nicer and run by middle-class lefties and liberals like themselves. And watch them march lockstep in support of Jeremy Corbyn, again to absolutely nowhere. Right now, a few will have to do the work of many. We always punch far above our weight, so confrontation and being up for it holds no fear for us. Anarchy and anarchism is not tail-ending the left. It's class struggle in its purest form, allied to the titanic struggle against the state and their authority in all its shapes and forms. This whole forthcoming referendum is nothing but a sideshow, although we will intervene whenever it suits us, mainly to cause havoc and to put over a different viewpoint. It's a sideshow, all right, because we already know in advance that despite all the hot air and rhetoric that will be generated, the result will be like it was in 1975, a yes vote. And if the near impossible happens, and there is a majority no vote, like Greece and other countries that have been through the process, no will always become yes. No anarchists should involve themselves in this charade. We've other more important work to be doing. And remember this, go to bed with Owen Jones, wake up with him and Nigel Farage in the morning. That's certainly one ménage à trois we should all be ducking out of. Ugh. Goodbye.